Gentlemen, these are Warren Hunt's favorite sunglasses. So I decided to put them on to update you on Warren's status in the hospital. So the rumors that Warren H. has passed away, they're false, 100% false. There has not been any evidence whatsoever to that effect, to attest to that falsehood, that fraudulent statement that's circling the internet. On Sunday, which would have been the 23rd of February, I received a message from Warren that he is still in the ICU. Now, it's going on 3 weeks. And while I was, and that I received an email from him on Sunday. That is good news. So we have greetings to Michael. Looks like bad internet again. Well, that's possible. It says only one person. That is good news. So, all right, let's end here. It's been terrible the last week. We had a storm here yesterday. I did want to tell you something else. I went to Cebu for a few days this week. That's why I've been off. Shopping. I went shopping. I went looking for some industrial equipment that when I called up on the phone, they said, yes, sir, the inventory is available in stock. So I jumped on a boat and I went to Cebu. I also had some other things I wanted to do with that. I wanted to meet somebody, which I got to tell you, Philippines time is something that you just don't get used to. So the meeting was I make my meetings early in the morning, and the meeting was I said 8 o'clock for breakfast. Well, at 8:30, I was eating breakfast, and at 9:15, I was gone, and I got a message saying, "Where are you?" So I'm on my way to what was the name of that building supply? Belmont Building Supply, to go look at equipment. So the person I was supposed to meet was at least an hour and a half late, and I left. So that was the only person I was going to meet on a personal level. So I get to Belmont Building Supply, who said they had the inventory in stock. So I go there and I speak with the manager that I was on the phone with. And I said, can I see that inventory? Yes, sir. And he takes me over to the computer and he goes, it's in stock in Manila. I says, okay, thanks. So that was the end of that. The first time I went to Belmont Building Supply about a month ago, thank you, Flying Circus. The first time I went to Belmont Building Supply, nobody knew where it was. So when I came back from Cebu about 3 weeks ago, I looked up on the map, and I had a map when I went back. But so their idea of inventory in stock, yes, sir, you can come and look at it, come to Cebu, was to show you a picture on their computer that it's in stock in Manila. The other person who I was supposed to meet for breakfast, being an hour and a half late, got upset that I had left. No text message between us, no correspondence, no phone call. I just said, be there at 8 o'clock, and the person said they would be there at 8 o'clock, and I left like around 9:30, and apparently they showed up a little bit after that. I didn't go there just for that one piece of equipment, but I did go there to look at equipment, and they don't have anything in stock yet. Apparently everything's going to have to ordered from China. I do have, I just didn't, I don't like the way they do business. These people from other countries, they bring you onto their site with their name on it. Then, when you talk about purchasing the equipment itself, they move you over to Skype so you can talk on Skype. Not that you couldn't talk through their emails. And then on Skype, they ask you for 50% of the value of the equipment. And they don't know how to get the equipment to you, but they can get the equipment to Manila or Cebu. They don't know what the import fees on the equipment would be. They can give you the weight of the equipment, but they can't tell you what the import fee would be. But they want 50% of the cost of the equipment, which is just not going to happen. It would actually be cheaper for me to go to China and purchase the equipment and come back with the equipment, or at least I would have the equipment on a loading dock in China before I would give them 50%, because basically you're going to talk to an equipment company that sells equipment. I mean, they have a website and they have videos on YouTube, but the person you're talking to is just a name on a computer screen, and then they're giving you a routing number to move the funds to their company. And probably it is their company, but that's how they want to do business. And I just, that's a lot of money that they want for these pieces of equipment. I think it would be cheaper to just go to China in a few months and purchase the equipment. And then I can purchase most of the equipment from one company and then just put it on a loading dock and have it shipped. And then I have a broker in Cebu that will handle the import fees and the shipping, and he's pretty reliable. He's shipped a couple of things for me, and not of his fault. The ship didn't leave. It was supposed to leave at 6 o'clock at night. It left at 3 o'clock in the morning, but that wasn't his fault. But the trucks that brought the equipment, they were on time. So that's my message. I do have a couple of other messages. Some things I wanted to talk about, but I think I'll just send out some personal emails. I don't really have much to say today. There's not really that much going on. 3 days in Cebu, I did pick up some of the things I wanted. They don't have things that you would think that would. There's a repair I'm doing on a starter. Okay. So the shop in Bohol, I'll show you the starter. It's a big starter. Oh, hold on. I got to put this computer. They tell you to just. They don't want a part. They want the part. So, in order to give them the part, you have to bring the part there. Now, this part weighs 35 pounds, maybe a little bit, 2 pounds either way. So I'll show you the starter that I had to get. All right, so this is a starter off of Traco. And let's see if we, hold on. I got to get this cord around the back of the computer. Okay. So this is an industrial grade starter. So I brought the starter to a little bit. I'll give you an idea of how screwed up things are here in the Philippines. Okay. So this is the problem that I had. The Bendix, which has the 11-tooth gear on it, the Bendix is good. No, the Bendix is bad. It's got a weak spring, and in underneath that gear is a housing with a retractable spring. Weak. The gear is good, but between the gear and the shaft is a like an is a what is called a spindle that, or a drive that the gear shoots out on. The bushing between the gear and the shaft is worn out. So they said they had a replacement, and when I brought this starter to a place in Bohol, they had the exact gear on the new starter was the same gear, tooth ratio, 11 teeth, but the teeth, the shaft was smaller, and the teeth on the other one were 1/8 of an inch less in height. And the height of the teeth is exactly made to mesh with the flywheel gear. So the new gear would miss the flywheel because it was 1/8 of an inch less in diameter. And the people that were going to sell me the starter, it was 15,000 pesos for the starter, $300. So the new starter, the gear would not touch the flywheel, but the flange was the same. So the woman said, give me 15,000 pesos. When she put it on the table, I said, well, I would like to measure it first. So I did, and I measured it and I said, do you have a vernier caliper? And she said, yeah, we have a vernier caliper, which surprised me. So when I measured the distance from this flange mount here, this flange that goes around, when I measured the distance, the tooth was 1/8 of an inch shy. And she said, give me 15,000 pesos. I said, it's the wrong starter, which is not going to happen, but could happen. But this starter, you could put this starter on a Napa Auto Parts in Key Largo, and Richard would tell you to come back whatever day, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday. He'd have one flown in. If it had to come from China, he'd have one flown in, and it would be the right starter. So that was one problem. And the second problem was this part down here on the bottom. This is the solenoid. This is a solenoid. That solenoid was no good. When the power engaged the solenoid didn't kick back, and the gear stayed engaged to the flywheel because the spring in Bendix is weak and wouldn't push the solenoid back. So, well, here's my point. I'm going to get to the point. The point is, the woman put the wrong starter on the table, and I showed it to her that it was the wrong starter. She agreed it was the wrong starter. The man that went upstairs to get the starter also agreed that the gear would not engage the flywheel. But I had to hear from the woman several more times, just give me 15,000 pesos, take it home and look. And I said, well, I don't need to take it home. I had a pattern of the flange. The pattern of the flange was precisely the same. The throw out on the Bendix gear, this throw, perfect. It was the diameter of the gear. So after hearing, give me 15,000, for some reason, if I was foolish enough to take it home, these were just questions I was going to throw out at the woman. If I was foolish enough to bring it home, I didn't say that, but I should have. Can I bring it back? And she said, of course. I said, will you give me back my money? She says, of course, but don't install it. And I'm going to myself, well, why would I bring it home? She goes, you look. I said, well, I already looked at everything. So they wanted 15,000 pesos. I could bring this. If I installed it, you would see certain scratches on the flange. You would see that. Thomas, welcome to the machine. Thank you, Thomas. Yeah, I've been really busy. So I'll tell you why. So the bottom line is, if I bring the starter home, I can look I already have the measurements and a pattern laid out for the template of the flywheel. Everything was the same, just that Bendix gear was no good. So I said, well, if I install it and try it and it doesn't work, can I bring it back? No, sir. I said, well, then why would I take it home? You look, give me 15,000 pesos. I'm going, yeah, that DNC, you said it right there. Take it home, but don't install it. Of course I'm going to install it. And of course, you're going to see it's an aluminum, what they call a nose on the starter. You're going to see the installation. It's going to scratch, even micro scratches. You're going to see that. And that voids out you being able to bring it home. So Michael McFarland, welcome to the machine, Michael. Hello, good morning. So I didn't bring it home, but I did hear, give me 15,000 pesos. I said, give me a Bendix. She goes, no, we don't have. I said, well, why would I give you 15,000 pesos? She goes, it's the right starter. You need a new gear. Go to Cebu. So that was a really good idea, going to Cebu. It didn't work out so well, but I went to Cebu and I brought it to 2 places to build that starter. And that neither place had the new Bendix. And neither did they have the nose. Assembly, it's about 4 inches long, and the nose would have a new bushing where the shaft goes into the nose. Although that bushing's okay, I need a Bendix. So I bring the starter to Cebu. I lugged this box to Cebu, and I went to 2 places that were, one was recommended by the woman, and one was recommended by the first place, but they didn't have the part. So that was really a wasted trip. And there are a lot of places in Cebu, but the machine is very old, and they're just not going to have that part. I'm going to take the nose apart and bring the bushings to a machine shop. I did get the new solenoid, and not the sol, yeah, it's a solenoid. It's the part that throws the Bendix out. It's a magnetic. I'll show it to you. Yeah, this is called a solenoid, and this solenoid works. Power goes. Power goes to those 2 big terminals. One is a ground and one is your 24-volt threaded post is called a slave wire. That small post will bring current to the high power of the bigger bolts, the posts or studs. So it's called an exciter or slave post. So that little wire clicks a switch inside the solenoid, and that switch that it clicks brings power to the big posts, brings about however much, 26 volts to the starter. So this part was available in Bohol. So I bought this part in Bohol, figuring that I would eventually get that nose or the Bendix, but that didn't happen. So now I'm going to take the nose off the starter and take the nose off the starter itself and take the bushings out and bring the bushings to a machine shop, and they'll be able to make the bushing. I could probably, if I had a good piece of bronze, probably make the bushing myself. It's just that bushing, and I would have replaced the nose because it's not that much of a problem. It's just 6 more bolts to clean it up, just polish the there's a field, a magnetic field. They get dust and oil in them over the years, and then there is the what's the name of that? I forget the name of it. It's the part that the brush is set on, the commutator. The commutator, I believe it's called. The commutator needs to be polished up. That'll give more amperage. Just said, give me 15,000 pesos, knowing it was the wrong starter. They were All people involved, myself, the man who brought me the starter, the woman behind the counter, they were all, it's confirmed it's not the right nose. It's confirmed it won't start the machine, but they still wanted the 15,000 pesos. So going to Cebu to bring it around, if I could have gotten the nose or the Bendix, because without anybody that would have the Bendix would be a starter repair store, and you can pull that starter apart in a starter rebuild store in about, I don't know, I don't think it would take 5 minutes to take it apart. There's no rust or anything on it. So any starter repair could take together with a proper starter repair, automotive and or equipment repair. Any good mechanic could do the whole job and have it back together on the front bench on the service desk in under an hour if they had the parts. So that's where I've been. I've been busy. That's it, and that's really all I really have to say. I don't have much to say. There's I am going to do a video on dating in the Philippines. I'm going to do one of those soon. I have I got to tell you, boy, the people, one thing I will tell you about dating in the Philippines is if you go on, I'm not on a dating site legitimately. There's one that I can as a temporary person, and you look at the profiles, and their profiles no answer. So if you send them a message, they usually don't answer you. It's okay, because I'm on the dating site itself in order to do an updated dating site in the Philippines. Because what Steve Montelli went through while he was in the Philippines, and another vlogger was talking about on his show about the dating site. So it got me interested to go on a dating site and to see how hard it is today in today's world. It was difficult 7 years ago before I moved to the Philippines to have a back and forth conversation. And it was difficult even to finally eventually meet Daisy May. But in today's world, I would say that a dating site, going on a dating site and paying to talk to these geniuses on the dating site, I would say that at best, you're wasting your time. That I'm going to apply for dating. I have to put that program together on notes, and there's going to be a guaranteed method to meet a woman, but I won't tell you what it is right now. But it's going to be done kind of like in the tone of Alice's Restaurant. If you can get my pitch, it's going to build up to a crescendo. Yeah, that's going to be fun. I'm going to have some critics on that one for sure. So, let's see. Well, I could comment on the comments, but if they show up, they're not showing up right now either. Miss Pebbles, hello. That's one of my oldest subscribers. Scott agrees. You can get anything you want on a Philippines dating site, or the notes I have already prepared for the dating site video are just amazing. I'm going to be reading some of the replies, because you're allowed, there are dating sites that are free that you're allowed to send messages, but the requests that you get back after you say hello, I mean, within, you say hello and they say hello, and then if you write them anything more than hi, don't expect a response. If you write them anything more than hi, don't expect a reply, because they only can read the first sentence. These are not rocket scientists on these dating sites. Ah. That's funny. That's funny, dude. That is funny. You are one hilarious YouTuber, I'll tell you that. You don't forget anything. God, that's funny. Oh, so, but I guess, you know what? I could. Scott says, yeah, Scott says, I can't believe how bad the medical system is. I met two girls in an hour that needed money for emergency issues. Yeah, a lot of them have, and it's probably true that they have a toothache because dental care in the Philippines is minimal. I met one last week that was typing, and I don't know, I just see a picture on the screen, and she was typing back that she would love to talk to me, but she has to go to the dentist, and asked me if I could send her 1,000 pesos. That was interesting. You know, and I really want to set this dating site video up properly with notes. I'm not real prepared for this today. So let's see what else I've been doing is I did gather for those. Oh, okay. One more thing I've been doing is YouTube demonetized a lot of videos that I had. And when I went to look, I searched for a particular video that I was going to post to Patreon. And the video was demonetized. It had 17,000 views. And it was a legitimate video for the last 8 years. It was a legitimate money-making video. It even shows up on my homepage as one of my top currently viewed videos. So I said, I wonder how many of these videos they demonetized. They demonetized, with the new rules, they demonetized a lot of videos. So my friends that are out there that are on Patreon, I'm reorganizing how the videos are represented, and I'm going to be posting pretty much. I have a lot of videos that I've uploaded in the last 10 days or so, but I didn't make them public. And I don't know that I'm going to make them public. I might just stop posting on YouTube altogether and just post on Patreon. It was a thought to not post any more videos on YouTube and just post my current videos on Patreon. And then you can watch me on Patreon if you're a member of Patreon. And I'm very serious about that, because every blogger, every YouTuber, every person that's a YouTube creator, save a few, you got guys that are very mundane bloggers that YouTube is not interfering with their income. But most people that have any kind of controversial topics, anything controversial, any kind of videos that you have in the past that are controversial, or even have cuss words in the videos, the YouTube income was cut down. I sent out a mail about 10 days ago. My YouTube income was cut down by 53% from the month before, which still allows me to collect a check at the end of the month. But next month, I won't probably collect a check from YouTube. So if I'm not going to be, and I have several thousand videos on YouTube, so if I'm not going to be collecting a check for the videos I have up already that have always, for the last 7 years, these videos have been making money. And now I see that when I Googled a certain word phrase, the videos came back, maybe 30% of them were demonetized. But the ones that aren't demonetized, they're in like the YouTube round file. So I don't know that I'm going to be posting many videos to YouTube anymore. I think I'm going to keep it strictly Patreon, and the tiers will still remain the same, but I am reformatting how I'm going to work with YouTube in the future, because um, based on the monies that are coming in from YouTube, not really worth the time to post on YouTube. I can post it on Patreon, and then if someone wants to see the videos, they'll be there. But that's something I've been doing. I've been going over some of the older videos. Now, I have videos that are really, really, really good videos that are from 7 or 8 years ago when I first started the new channel, this channel that I'm on now. And the videos are good videos, dollar bill videos, but they had like 34 views because that was like the first 6 months of posting the videos. So I'm going to be taking down a lot of videos and reposting the videos on YouTube. The same videos that were demonetized, I have those in my drives. I'm going to be taking those down and then reposting them with an end screen, perhaps, or a beginning, like an introductory screen, and probably changing the titles so that they're more up to date. So some people are going to notice that some of the videos that I had are not available. That they're just set to a different setting where you can't see them. So that's something that took up a couple hours of the week to go through to see what YouTube. I mean, I have videos that had 17,322 views, and it's my most currently viewed video when you go to your dashboard, and it's a perfectly viable money-making video. There's nothing in the video that would warrant any kind of criticism, except, maybe my political point of view, but there's no cursing in the video or anything like that. And it received 836 views this month, well, in the last 30-day period. So it had 17,332 views. It got several hundred views the month before, 836 views this month. I think it was 836, but they demonetized it. So they're pushing demonetized videos on my channel where I'm not making any money. And that's not bringing in that. I'm getting a lot of comments from the video. I'm getting a lot of feedback on thumbs up and thumbs down on the video, but I'm not making any money on the video. So why should, but there are rules in YouTube where even though they don't give you any monetization for your videos, there's some sort of an agreement in the contract that they have, I forgot, proprietary rights to your videos. They can use your videos in other places if they want. I doubt very much that they do that. But they can use your videos, or they can somehow earn profit from your videos. But they don't do that. They just have that in their contract. So their contract allows them to demonetize your video, but put it on one of their platforms. But I don't know that that's the case. I don't know how. You would never be able to find out. Now, if you go certain videos that I have on YouTube and or Patreon, the videos are available all over the internet on hundreds of different websites. They've been reloaded, downloaded, and uploaded and reloaded, and they're on websites. Once I saw a video playing on a computer screen behind a car salesman. This is going back many years, and it was one of my videos, and it was just one of my. It wasn't coming from my channel, but it was coming from somebody else's channel. So I don't know what they do, but either way, the fact that they demonetized, well, in the list that I went through, probably more than with the videos that I viewed, I would say close to 25 to 27, 28% of the videos that I viewed were demonetized. And these were all viable money-making videos years ago. I remember that you used to be able to, I have analytics. If you went to your analytics, it would show you that you could make money from a certain video and how much, but that's no longer the case. So the point is, if you don't make money from them, well, you can take them down and put them back up with a beginning and an end screen. Okay, so I'm not okay. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to repost the videos that are not making money, the ones they demonetized. I'm going to probably repost them. The title will remain relatively pretty much the same, but the videos will be reposted with a beginning and an end screen on them, or one or the other. I'll change something in the video, or I might put two videos together. I don't know. It takes a lot of time to do that, and I don't mind doing it when it's raining. But when it's nice out, I did go to two really cool parties this week. One was at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was coming home from having dinner with a friend of mine, and we went to we just basically, after dinner ended about 10:30, and then we went on the beach for a while, and then by the time I got home it was 1 o'clock, and on the way home I saw a whole lot of people from the jeepney, from the tricycle, before I got back to my house 2 nights ago at 1 o'clock in the morning, and the birthday party was in full swing. They have the birthdays in the middle of the night here. Typically it starts at 4 o'clock in the morning, but this one was late at night. I stayed out till 4 o'clock in the morning. That screwed up my sleeping pattern for the last. I'm looking at the comments, and I'm looking at this cam is, the base is apart outside getting ready to be repaired. Anyway, that's all I really have to say. I went to two really cool parties. I had dinner with a couple of friends of mine this week. Worked out nice. One guy is building a hotel, a hostel for 16 guests. The first building is almost done. And it was funny because last July, I went to his site to help him out with something. And he said to me that the building would be done in November. And I said, no, it won't be done until March. And it's looking like the building will be done in April now. And I have an interest in that. So it's a small thing. And so I laughed at him. And then when we had dinner, I said, when is the building done? The tourism. Yeah, I could tell you about the tourism. The tourism, that's a good question, Thomas Group. Thanks for bringing that up. Tourism in Alona Beach is zero. If it's above zero, you wouldn't notice it. That's for sure. There are basically entire fleets of boat that have been beached, so they don't get barnacles or moss on the bottom of the boats. There are entire stretches of beach that run up and down the coastline that all the dive boats are just beached. The platforms that the divers practice off of for dive training, they're empty. The Sunday, today is what, Thursday? Today's Thursday. Monday afternoon, I went to a beach. Went to a beach to go swimming, a beach where there were no jet skis, and I saw 8 75 to 90-foot pontoon boats, 8 boats beached. So I took a walk down the beach, and then there were like 5 more, and then 3 more after that. So 8, 5 is 13. There's 16 dive boats were beached. One dive boat from the company that had the 8 of their fleet beached. One dive boat was still out in the Dogget, or what is called the ocean. The Dogget means ocean. And that boat, when I spoke each of making sure that no one, sleeps on the boat, then there's not going to be any crime on Alona Beach. But they using that boat, he said, no, sir, only for training purposes, and the training purposes were for the dive masters for the company itself to upgrade their scuba diving certification. So scuba diving is something you can get many tags on your dive, on your license. Like, say, if you're scuba open water 1, well, you really shouldn't be going down past 60 feet, which is called recreational diving. So open water 2 allows you to go down. Actually, some of the wrecks that I dove here were 115, 120 feet. And that's open water 2 allows you to do that. But then there's another tag called the nitrous oxide. So in order to get a nitrous tag, you have to get checked out on nitrous in the tanks. So that's called nitrox. So another tag would be a medical emergency tag, first aid training. So those pontoon boats and the dive boats, the one that is out there, is strictly to keep the dive masters in training, but also to recertify the dive masters. You have to be recertified dives to maintain their tag for dive master. So the dive boats are strictly for recertifications and additional tags. So let's see the comments here. Actually, one thing I'm going to tell everybody, if you notice, I'm reading the comments without my glasses. Paige High and Clark Henderson would find this interesting. Since I have not consumed even so much as 1 granule in about 4 weeks now, and my eyesight, I can read the comments now without my glasses. It's blurry. So the island that I know of, I did see a small boat that worked for the big company, a 26-foot boat. It's an outboard motor run boat. They went to Balakasar. These are all mixed Chinese and Filipino. They're like 50-50. Welcome to the machine, Princess Anud. Hello. So Scott says that the economy, one of the hotels they built, some people have seen me do blogs on the construction site with the Chinese construction workers. Those are, of course, private videos. Those are my construction site videos on Patreon. So those videos, the hotel that you may have seen that I blogged 2 years ago with Daisy and I were on the hotel roof. That hotel was finished about 6 months ago. And I had gone out to dinner to the Hennon, and I walked past the hotel. It was a thriving business. There were 3 security guards. I walked in, all hotel that were the dive trucks that bring the guests to the dive boats. When I walked by this week, it was nothing. There was nobody. It was zero. There wasn't even one person, not in the hotel, not in the pool. The trucks were around the back where they wouldn't be used, and that's it. There's no business here. So I see that it's a shame that people get so caught up in rumors, but that's what YouTube is about. Rumors and drama. And that's an amazing thing that someone would start a rumor without no knowledge at all of Warren H's actual health. And the only person that Warren talks to at this point is myself. And he hasn't been in contact with me. So Warren doesn't talk to anybody that I know of but myself. And then I pass the messages on to our other friends. For the little bit of time that he's been outside of, I came on and said that Warren was sick, because I never said that. I haven't talked about Warren in, I guess it's going on a month now. I have not mentioned the word Warren in a live stream or anything like that, other than I haven't been able to get in touch with him. But that doesn't warrant somebody going out and starting a worthless rumor that, what's up with Warren? And I don't have time to answer everybody's question. Not only that, I'll repeat myself to the umpteenth time. Not my obligation to answer 3,700 comments a month. And when I look at my comments section, I'm looking at 3,700 comments. Of course, most of those are from the live streams. But this week, I probably received, 45 comments from what I went to my comments section today that I didn't see, because I don't go to the comments section a lot. And so that's 45 comments that you would have to read. So if I read 45 comments and then I answer 20 minutes, looking at an hour plus of my time from one day just to answer comments to people that I don't know. They're not members of my Patreon community. Some of the names I know, like Miss Pebbles, has been with me for 8 or 9 years now. Okay, so Miss Pebbles, if she had a legitimate question, I would answer her question. But because she's been with me for 7 or 8 years, I mean, I'll give that person the respect. But the rest of the people, I'm getting messages about, how are the holes in the ground doing? The holes in the ground are fine. They're just fine. There's still holes in the ground, and there's lots of them. So, but I'm not going to respond to a question like that. But I hear other rumors. Now, you want to talk about rumors? God, I hear rumors about Daisy this and Daisy that. None of that stuff is true. Not none of it. Nobody that I know, even our close friends, that talks to Daisy, and I talk to Daisy often. And so the other rumors, take them with a grain of salt. If my friends that are my personal friends through Patreon or through my internet mail, if you have a question, feel free to ask. Or my Skype friends, I want to, and I had a great conversation. I'll send you guys a mail. I think I sent 2 people Skype messages that the person who I spoke with for 3 hours is doing well. They're working sick. Simple as that. Okay, so Thomas Grube. Okay, so apparently the internet is back. Okay, so how is the tourism in your area? Okay, it's terrible. There is virtually no tourists here. And when I say virtually no tourists, like Alona Beach, as everybody has commented, is probably 70+% Chinese and Japanese tourists. They're gone. They're gone. There are no Japanese or Chinese tourists. Now, here's how it works. The Chinese people, I don't know. Here's how it works. The Chinese people who come on their tourist visas will go to a Filipino staffed restaurant, but typically the owner of the restaurant now in Alona Beach is Chinese. And the way they can differentiate whether the restaurant is owned by Chinese or by Filipinos is typically the management that I made a vlog on a while back. He's Chinese. So you'll see that restaurant filled up with Chinese people. But the restaurant right next door that sells the same products, food products, fish products, is owned by Filipinos. You won't see a Chinese person in that Filipino food restaurant. Pretty much. The prices are the same, so why they'll go just literally empty. and there was nobody in the restaurant, just the owner. And we said hello, and I kept going. Hello, Chi Corsairs. Welcome to the machine, Chi. I hear that you're doing great, and that's good to hear. And I actually am glad that you're doing well, and that your live streams are working. Food. I think that was very nice of you to do that. And I don't have to say, I don't actually, I don't spend a lot of time on YouTube anymore, and live streams I've kept down to a minimal amount of live streams. But Chi Corsairs is the young lady that was that was the lady that was doing a lot of singing on Big Kevin's show, and she got her start working with Big Kevin, and she started a vlog from her. And you and me, Chi, that we are scammers because we somehow collect super chat. Now, so Chi, let me just inform you as to what I think about you collecting money on YouTube. I think it's a great thing. Okay, and you are doing the best that you can, and you're a new vlogger, and you're doing quite well for yourself, and you're collecting money. Now, there is nobody on this planet that should detract from you collecting money. There should be no detractors for this woman, Chi, to collect money on Super Chat or however she collects money. So Chi, so when she collects money, I'm not laughing at you, Chi. I'm laughing at the clown. So I'm the best now. That when the clown says that, yeah, this is what you want to talk about, people that are breaking your chops. The clown's number would help you do a background search on me, but you could probably get that because you're such a great researcher. So this is when he says that I'm the greatest YouTube vlogger out there on YouTube. He means that I'm his next target. Probably. That's okay. The Man, the Myth, the Legend by Dr. Page High. So digressing back to Chi. So Chi Corsairs, in my opinion, you are doing well. You are doing a good thing, even that you didn't give the people in Leyte food, that you are earning money on YouTube. Nobody should detract from your ability to earn money. And here are a couple of my thoughts why. Number one, if you were to go get a job, and I'm sure that you've had a job, your maximum pesos per hour would probably be around 40 pesos an hour. So you would be able to make 300 pesos a day, but you'd have to pay for traveling and expenses. And then you would be away from your children. I understand. I think you have 3 children. I'm not real sure. All right. The clown wants me to come on the show. Now, you know I'm going to get abused. I've been giving that some thought, but I don't know that I'm ready to, I don't know that I could live up to your expectations. Notice that you're not blocked. The legend. Oh, boy. He's laying it on, slathering it on. An American hero. So if Chi was going to make money in a job, she'd have to pay for transportation, clothing, lunches, footwear. Have to pay. She will have. All right, I'm going to think about that. When I just got back from Cebu, but I got to think about it. You have okay. So I got to think about that. That would be probably. I know what you're going to do. You're going to get me on there and you're going to abuse me. So no. We can't do a show about that topic at all. That's not possible. Can't do that for an hour and a half. So okay. So getting back to Chi, Aloe, you I'm going to read your comments. Okay, getting back to Chi. Chi, when Chi makes a super chat of 500 pesos, or $50 or $20 or $30, she's making more money than she could make in several days. To be honest with you, as far as your singing is concerned, I appreciate your singing, but this is the left-handed compliment. This is what we call a left-handed compliment in America, Chi. I enjoy your singing because your singing made me appreciate Daisy May's singing more. I thought you make Daisy May sound like a concert pianist when it comes to singing, Jay. You give it your best shot, but I can't listen to I can only listen to it for a few moments. But it is an attraction, and that's what brings people to your show. So keep it up, because that's what's making people come to your show. Whether they like your singing or not, they want to come there, and either they're laughing at you or they're laughing with you. So me, I was laughing because you make Daisy May's singing sound great. No offense whatsoever at all either. I think that what you're doing is fantastic, and I think that people that donate to your channel are nice, and I think really I think that your show took off like a champion, and you're doing well for yourself. So if you're earning money to pay for your family bills and help people out on Leyte, don't pay any attention. I wouldn't I wouldn't call anybody that receives super chat a scammer, but I hear stories that you're for vloggers to express themselves, either in comedy, satire, DNC's methodology, flying circuits' methodology. YouTube was created that if anybody expresses themselves and collects super chat, that they are earning it, considering they're putting in the time. Now, I hear stories that YouTube is supposed to be free, but then it's supposed to be free, but they don't. Nobody else is supposed to get super chat except that one person. He's the only person that's supposed to get super chat because his show is the best. It's the best in the world. So it's your show is at least you have your personality, which is growing in leaps and bounds. You have your voice, which I gotta tell you, reminds me of chalk fingernails on a blackboard. But people want to hear that. That's what they want to see you sing. I'm not putting you down. I'm telling you, you made Daisy sound like the sweetest voice in the universe. But either way, people go to you to watch your show. So let me get back to the comments. All right, Warren done. My eyes are going now. Okay, hold on. Let me get my colored glasses on. Warren, then. All right, I'm not real sure. Geraldo Rasuto. Hey, Michael, can you explain what this legal matter? No, we don't talk about that kind of stuff. And on YouTube, I don't know what you're talking about as far as this is concerned, but I do know what's going to happen to you. Yeah, I do know what's going to happen to you. You're going to disappear. See, we don't mention names on my channel. You just broke the cardinal rule, so we're going to remove you. We're not even going to put you in a timeout. We're just going to remove you. You are trolling, and trolling is not allowed. So let's remove the comment. Okay, we're going to remove the comment. And then we see another comment by you because you're just stone stupid. You don't know what the rules are, and you know what the rules are. So You are gone. So somebody go to that channel and somebody go to that. Let's see. Let's see. You are just relentless. I can see that. You're worse than. Okay, put him in timeout. Okay, gone. Now we got to go to your channel. See, there's always a troll here. Always a troll. Let's go. I can't go to his channel yet. Somebody go to his channel and block that idiot. Okay. Yeah, I know. To the clown. I know. Mr. Happy. And you're another one. Now Chi is back. Okay, good, Chi. Well, I don't care what people think of me. I just only want to help people and share my blessings who needed it most, especially in my hometown. Chi, it wouldn't make a difference to me if you collected all that money and spent it on yourself. You have figured out a way to earn money legitimately in this world. And there's nothing like earning money the old-fashioned way, working for it. And you're working for it. People don't realize you have to prepare, maybe you have to prepare, you have to take care of your family first. And I think you're doing great. I wouldn't care. I don't care what people think about me either. I've been doing comedy, satire on YouTube for 10 years now. 10 years. It'll be 10 years next month. If I cared what people thought about me, I wouldn't do what I do. But I do what I do because I don't care. That's something I've said before. So as far as you caring, there's nothing for you to care about. You go on YouTube, you put on a show, you're in Super Chat, you have fun, you enjoy yourself, you make an honest living in a relatively easy way. And if anybody is jealous of that, it shows that they have no integrity whatsoever. Nothing, zero. I could really get involved with what's been going on. I watched a show about my Philippines journey. Very disheartening what's going on with Mike and that woman, Rose. She's another one that's being attacked. There's no doubt that Rose is being attacked. She's being attacked viciously, by the way, and for no reason, in my opinion. I just don't see. I don't know anything about Mike Cason. Nothing. Do I know anything about that man at all? I met with him on the internet 5 years ago, 4 years ago. We had one or two conversations. And then after that, I have never watched a single one of his shows. Since he was in the store buying food, he bought $300 worth of food for one of his girlfriends. That was the last show I watched about 3, maybe 4 years ago. But I think she's being attacked viciously for no reason whatsoever. And I don't really care that she collects money. It doesn't bother me that she collects money. And it doesn't bother me that you collect money. I think that if you can collect money on YouTube, that's a good thing. Mr. Happy. Well, I listened to the first 20 minutes of that missing wallet story with Rose. She's being attacked viciously that it would never, that would be the first thing she would look for. That would be something that would be important to her. Maybe, but maybe not. Maybe she was in what is called a state of shock. And when you're in a state of shock, you don't think like a rational human being. Maybe if she was in a state of shock, she was in a state of shock and not able to think rationally, or even if that would be her rational way of thinking. So as far as her not knowing where the wallet is, very possible. When you're when you're in a terrible car accident, sometimes several minutes afterwards, you don't remember what happened in those several minutes or before, because your mind is confused. Now, certain people on here could explain it to me better, explain it to you better than me, but the fact that Rose was taking care of Mike and their relationship was personal, I cannot Facebook the clown. He wants me face. It's just theory, and certain people's thoughts become facts, and the facts become reality. But it's only reality inside their mind. So when Rose said she doesn't know where Mike's wallet went or doesn't remember where it is, why would I have any reason to believe her? Not or not to believe her. I believe her. Why would I have a reason to not believe that Rose was in a state of confusion for many days? The death of a loved one? Come on. How could anybody criticize she loved the guy? I don't watch their videos, but I mean, if she stayed with him for 3 years, I would think that there was some feeling for him and that she was in a state of confusion, and okay with that. And I'm okay with it in every aspect of her asking for money and setting up a fund. I'm okay with it. I don't know about any. I'm not going to spend my life with watching Rose and Mike Cason's videos. I didn't watch a video of him probably since 2016. That's going on 4 years. So I don't know what's going on. And I don't care. I just don't like the idea that someone is going around spreading rumors that she's scamming people. I don't care if Rose collects $100,000. How is that going to affect me? How does it affect anybody? I don't care if she collects money for all of his expenses and she has the bank account and she has the car and she has the credit card. And it doesn't bother me at all. Not one bit. Because it's not like she didn't work with Mike for how many years, taking care of him, keeping the house neat and clean. He always had good things to say about her. The few little snippets that I had when he had first met her when she was on some ferry years ago, never had anything bad to say about her. I don't know about any of that other stuff because I watched, like I said, 15 minutes of that she was confused and didn't know where the wallet was. She said it was under his pillow or something like that in the hospital. And then I read the comments and I listened to her. She was being abused. Okay. Blue Rose, welcome to the machine, Blue Rose. All right, see now, Blue Rose understands what I'm saying. So Blue Rose and I had a 3-hour conversation this week to my friends. We've a really good conversation. Blue Rose is a gentleman that lives in America and is working 60 and 70 hours a week, which he has been for the last several years. So that's why one of the reasons you haven't seen Blue Rose on the internet. I only saw his Skype light on last week, and as soon as I saw it on, I asked him if he had time to say hello, and he did, and talked for 3 hours and 10 minutes. It was a great conversation. Welcome to the machine, Blue Rose. See now, and Blue Rose says, LOL. Gee, you have the right to make money. I'll subscribe. Thank you, Blue Rose. And Pennsylvania Trucker, welcome to the machine. All right. And John Boone Bean is here also. Wow, I didn't expect this to happen at such a late hour. But so for the people that just dying, even though they're just, I don't know where they came from, because I am the only person that Warren communicates with that I know of, and I have not heard anything from Warren till Sunday. And on Sunday, he said he was getting out of the ICU on Monday, but that didn't happen. He's still in the ICU. But I did not start a rumor that Warren passed away. I don't even know of anybody that started a rumor. I believe the person or people that are talking about Warren's early demise, I believe they did that to create drama on YouTube. That's my opinion. And I'm going to stick with that opinion, because I'm pretty sure that's the case. There is not one piece of evidence of anybody on the internet except myself talking to Warren H., and I didn't start the rumor. I'm telling you that I spoke through email to Warren on Sunday. He was getting out of the ICU. Thank you, Pennsylvania Trucker. Okay, all right, but you can get in touch with me if you want. I can't stop you from doing that. You can send me messages. Don't expect much in return, because I know you're just setting me up. And that's what you do. You do it well, too, by the way. So thanks for stopping by, Alo. Have a great day. And don't let the door hit you in the buttocks on the way out, buddy. All right. Pumping. Pennsylvania Trucker. I finally was able to get stopped and catch my show. Thank you for stopping by, Pennsylvania Trucker. Now, Pennsylvania Trucker is a man that drives a truck for a living. Now, the thing I appreciate about Pennsylvania Trucker is he works for a living. And driving a truck is a risky business, and it's a dangerous business. I mean, and you're all by yourself. It's a very, very dangerous job. Plus the road itself, it's a dangerous occupation. And Pennsylvania Trucker met with Big Kevin. Passport TV, welcome to the machine. Passport TV had a dangerous profession as well. So with Pennsylvania Trucker, now he met with Big Kevin. So I appreciate people that meet with other bloggers, because then you actually know they're a real person. And Pennsylvania Trucker and Big Kevin spent a few days together in Kentucky, where Kevin lives, I believe. And thank you for stopping by, Pennsylvania. Oh, one thing about Pennsylvania Trucker, I asked him, can I see the dashboard of his truck? Because I just love looking at the dashboards of those big trucks. And that was pretty cool. He turned the camera around. Thank you for that, Pennsylvania Trucker. And there are so many switches with the long toggle switches and buttons. It reminds me of an airplane cockpit, which is pretty much laid out the same way. And now they're even contoured like an airplane cockpit is. So I thought that was pretty cool. Thank you. So Passport says, John Boone Bean is here. Welcome to the machine. John Boone Bean has a channel out of Holland, Holland. And he has vlogs of the streets, the roads, the beaches, and the canal system in Holland that I like a lot. John Boone Bean is a very talented man. He can vlog. He knows about the different fauna and flora where he lives. He's a pretty rounded, what we call a mechanic. He's a mechanic in the sense that he can do many different trades and probably do them well from what I've seen. Some people just have a knack to do everything they do well, and John Boone Bean appears to me to be that type of person. He knows how to make wine. He shows you his wine making. So Passport, funny, well, that's probably true, Passport. I haven't seen, he does spend a lot of time criticizing other people's wives and girlfriends, and then says that that's something that you should never do. That part, I agree, Passport. I agree that he spends a fantastic amount of time talking about other people's wives and girlfriends. And each time he does, he says, but you shouldn't talk about anybody's wife or girlfriend. And then continues for several more minutes talking about somebody's wife or girlfriend. I find that to be just slightly hypocritical. So, Princess Anud, hello, Princess Anud, how a nice day, okay, Princess, thank you for starting. Oh, wait, Princess is a Filipino woman. I forgot, Princess, I'm sorry. In the beginning, I had something to say about Warren. Princess Anud is a Filipino woman who is doing, of course, English and Visaya as well. So she does vlogs also with, so we have two women here, Chia Corsaros and Princess Anud are the two women vloggers on here. You might want to subscribe to both of their channels, please. And you can see that another version of the Philippines lifestyle. Maybe Princess could take up singing, and the two of you could do a duet. Just kidding. But Princess does do live streams, some of them 3 to 5 hours long. And Princess and John Boone Bean are very close friends, even though he lives in Holland. I do believe they're very close. I hope they are. They were. Passport is saying hello. Good to hear about Warren. Yeah, that was good news, Passport. That was really good news. That was, it was good to hear from Warren Weeks. And I will be notified. The reason why I know that Warren didn't pass away is because I would be notified if he did. And it's real sad that you have some people out there it wasn't a rumor. There was no first blog. There was no first comment about Warren. There was nothing about Warren. And then all of a sudden, some rumor monger started the rumor, what we call a rumor fishmonger in New York City. We call them fishmongers, the ones that go up and down, blah, 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 the striped bass, 50 cents, blah, 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 you know, blue claw crabs, $1, fishmonger. They just yell stuff out and hope that you're going to come down and buy some of their fishmongering. Okay. Baggy Eyes. You know, Baggy Eyes, I saw comments from you before and I didn't read them. I apologize. I didn't read them for a couple of reasons. One, I didn't have my glasses on. Mr. Happy. Okay, so, you know, Mr. Happy, that's a funny name, dude. Mr. Happy. You can do what you like there. All right, so Baggy Eyes, where is those comments from before? Let me see if I get back. I apologize, Baggy Eyes. I know that you're one of YouTube's greatest vloggers. Okay. Baggy Eyes was saying hello to each other, which is news to me. No. You know, on Big Kevin's show, I remember Baggy Eyes did like Chia. Okay, Chia. Okay, so Mr. Happy, I'm going just past your comments again. I don't know to your questions because I really only did watch a few minutes of Rose's show and saw that she was being abused. She was being abused. There's no doubt about that. And what Mr. Happy does. Okay, so Mr. Happy, okay, I went up to good compensation for living with him. I guess certainly she deserves that after 2 years. I would agree. There's no doubt in my mind that whatever money that Rose collects, and Chia Corsaz, again, if you're not familiar with Chia Corsaz or Princess Anud, they are two Filipino women that do vlogs on YouTube, live streams. And Princess Anud, that very tall, thin girl. That picture that you had laying down on your thumbnail, that was pretty sexy, Princess Anu. That was pretty sexy. All right, so Passport says Chi Corsair. So I guess it's Chi. Says hello to Passport. John Boo. She's on. Thank you, Chi. And that is something that I noticed, that sisters and brothers thing. In that you have friends on YouTube, and that we are family. That was a big song back in the 70s. That was a good catchphrase for you. Princess is saying hello to Blue Rose. Princess is saying hello to Baggy Eyes. Baggy Eyes is saying hello to thanks, sister. Mr. Happy, I think Hemi started. And he does it. I don't know what his purpose on YouTube is. I mean, he is the world's greatest troll, yeah, but I mean, it doesn't serve a purpose. At the end of the day, he'll spend 5, 6, 7 hours making stupid comments that get deleted or he removes. What is that? That time could be spent doing so many other things, so that more purposeful things. Even, I don't know. I mean, even creating videos, creating something. I don't know, but to just put comments up that get ripped off, 2 hours of 3 hours on a live stream making comments, and then the people take the comments down. They remove the comments. And so you just spent 2 or 3 hours of putting comments on a live stream. Thank you for that. Princess and New Baggy Eyes, thanks from Princess. See, this birthday party. Oh, and by the way, congratulations, Big Kevin, on all the super chat that you got this week. I heard stories, and I don't know if they're true. Someone could tell me if they're true if you want. Passport says, I'm walking out in the city. My Wi-Fi is not so good at the moment. I'll listen to the rest of the show later. Have a great day, everyone. Okay, Passport, thank you for stopping by. Day. And welcome, and have a nice day. We're in the city, whatever city you're in, baby. Okay, so she's saying goodbye to Passport. Princess Anu, me and John Boone Bean, we come here to support you, and I think you know that you're a good friend for us. Well, for what interaction that we've had between us, we have always had good vibes between you and John and myself and Daisy May. There's never been an issue with you, Princess. You're a sweetheart. I wish I had more time to do this, but my time is limited with what I've been involved with the last couple of weeks, trying to get a parts for a starter, which you already know if you listen to the beginning of the live stream. I probably spent 30 hours looking for these parts on the phone and sending people pictures. Send me a picture. Send them a picture. Yeah, come to Cebu. I don't have the part anyway. But anyway, so Chi, you're doing well. I was talking about Big Kevin. Big Kevin, congratulations on your super chat. I think I heard stories that you collected $500 one day and $1,000 another day. You are the man. You are the man. There's no doubt that. Princess, you can contact Daisy on Facebook if you like. She's pretty shy as to who she talks to now, but Daisy and I talk all the time. She's doing well. I will tell you this, Princess. Daisy is doing well. She's very happy where she is, with what she's doing, and with whom she's doing it with. That Daisy has a plan, and the plan, according to Daisy, makes Daisy happy. And I want Daisy to be happy. I have no animosity towards Daisy whatsoever. There's a saying, things appear and things disappear, and people appear and people disappear. It's a Zen Buddhist saying. it's like passing ships in the night. You'll pass a ship. If you've ever been out on the ocean for any length of time, sometimes you're on an ocean vessel for, oh God, I've been on tows that were 3 days to get a tow from New York Harbor to Maine and back again with a load of pylons or something for the building of a bridge for weeks construction. And you might not see another boat. You're offshore 5-6 miles, so you really can't see the shoreline. Occasionally you see a light of a city, but sometimes you don't see a boat for 5, 6, 10, 15, 20 hours at night. The boat might pass you, but you might not see it. Or you might be looking to your port side and the boat's passing you on your starboard side somewhere off deeper into the ocean. So port side, the boat could be 1,000 yards away, it could be a mile away, and then it's a ship, and you don't know what size the ship it is in the distance, depends on the magnitude of the light. And then the ship passes you, and you feel comfortable knowing there's somebody else out there on a deck watch for whatever reason, and you might not see anything. And if it's wintertime, you're up in the cabin with the captain, and you won't see anything at all. The windows are frosted, spray on the windshield. You'll see a light. You'll go, oh my God, look, there's a boat over there. And you'll watch that boat for 10 minutes. It's just passing ships in the night. And that's kind of like the way I look at Daisy and our relationship. We had a great and wonderful relationship, 42 months. And now we are both doing other things. Mike Ross. That's nice. That's real nice. That's good to hear. Kevin, I think I heard got out of the nation. Hankerson, I think his name is. Kevin, when you have too much money, Kevin, Big Kev No Bull, you have too much money, he's the go-to man with your money. Just go over there and support Kevin, because I seriously mean that too. Okay, and I'll tell you why. Kevin has a handicap because of the injury that incurred. However and why ever that injury incurred, it doesn't matter. Kevin is handicapped to the point where for Kevin to go out in the real world and make and work at a Walmart or something like that, and he might even have other skill sets that we don't know about. But for the most part, Kevin is not going to go out and push a wheelbarrow around. He's not going to go out and be able to do most of the jobs that he used to be able to do. And as far as him being overweight and people making fun of that, the medication that Kevin has probably, I do know about people that take a lot of medication, a lot of weight. The medication might help certain psychological functions in the brain, but a lot of times because of the medication, your body absorbs fat differently and you gain weight. Plus, he's not as mobile as he once was. Plus, he can't do certain things because certain trades that he was able to do, he can't do because of the handicap he has. So if you have money and you don't know what to do with it, send it to Big Kev No Bull. He is entertaining. You can't take it away from him. He has, somebody said, a dry sense of humor. His humor is there. Now, and one thing that I will tell you, if he talks slow because of his handicap. So what I do is I watch Big Kevin at 2 times speed, and not 2 times, 1.5 times speed. And then he talks just like everybody else, except their talking is sped up. So, but as far as Big Kevin being a scammer, no, that's not the case. Big Kevin is earning a living the same way Corsairs is earning a living, and other vloggers are earning a living by performing some sort of entertainment or some sort of void in other people's lives. Nobody is scamming anybody. Rose and Mike, I hope she collects $100,000. Because why wouldn't I care? Why wouldn't she deserve $100,000? Why wouldn't she deserve that? Why would she not deserve that? I mean, you come up with a reason why Rose doesn't deserve money for taking care of Mike, and if it's a good reason and it's justifiable, then I will say okay. But in my opinion, she performed the function for Mike. If Mike was lapsadaisical or not up on what should be done in case he died, I don't know that that's to put against Rose. Okay, we have Mike Ross. Okay, Mike Ross. Okay, okay, that was the last. I wouldn't say to put anything against Rose. Why would she took care of the man for 3.5 years? I mean, she deserves something besides food and shelter. That's for sure. And if someone wanted to give her money for something, God bless her. I could care less. How does it affect me? That's what I want. How does it affect me? If I go to Mike's channel, and I did when I watched the first 15 minutes of that wallet video and saw her being abused, by the way, she was being abused. I looked at the names on the people that were chatting. I don't know any of those people. I mean, so it doesn't, none of those people I know of, could be wrong, but it doesn't matter. If Rose collects money to help with her funeral expenses, whether they're paid for or not, what difference does it make? Why would anybody care? Let's put it like this, why would any normal, reasonable person care if Rose collected money to help pay the funeral expenses? Why? That eventually because I could see she was distraught. I mean, she was not able to, she was paying attention to the worthless chatter and some worthless trolls in the chat room. It was affecting her mentally. And the people that were abusing Rose in the chat, it's disgusting. Okay, okay. If you live here in the Philippines, you have to understand the Filipino people are not like we grew up in America. We grew up in America completely different. These are simple people. Rose is a simple person. Rose doesn't have the educational background that most of us from America or other countries have. And she doesn't know which way Rose was thinking. But what I do know about Filipinos is I spend a lot of time with Filipinos. That they don't think like we do. She may legitimately be confused for a long period of time because of the death of a loved one. She may have loved Mike more than we understand. And Mike may have loved her more than people believe. But because Mike was lazy or lapsadaisical or just confused, I don't know. But I wouldn't say that Mike did it to Rose on purpose. I wouldn't go that far because there's no facts to base that on. Any of the facts, how can I make a determination what was going on in Mike Cason's mind? I can't. Dennis Adams says hello to Chi. That's a troll. That guy's a troll, Dennis. He's a troll. He's a troll. So he's not going to do that. So Dennis knows Chi as well. So I see that while I've been gone in a way, that all of you people have been getting acquainted. That's good to see. See, that's nice to see that. Even though we have different opinions on different things, that the people are somebody starting to get along with somebody else on YouTube where there's no jealousy. Believe me, I think that it's good that she collects Super Chat. I think that's a wonderful thing because she's earning a living the old-fashioned way, working for it. You shut him up, Bill. That's right. Dennis, that guy. This is something about certain word phrases that people use that you could tell they were trolling. You did shut him down. Shut him right down. He wasn't going to do that. And I don't really care. My interests right now are buying heavy equipment. Not buying heavy equipment, but buying. I'm looking. My main interest is not on Rose and Mike, and it's not on whether or not she collects Super Chat, and it's certainly not on my channel because I haven't been on my channel in, I don't know, I haven't done a live stream, 8, 9, 10 days, something like that. I don't, I did do some live stream uploads that remain private. I did several of those last week. I did some commentaries, but I decided not to put them up. Blue Rose is going to make a statement here. Welcome. Again, Andrew, welcome. I'm glad we had that conversation the other day. It was very nice. Thank you. Indeed, wise words. We grew up differently. Irregardless of her situation now, she has the right to ask for money. Lost somebody, funeral, and money is necessary to life to keep on living. So let's expand on Blue Rose's comment. Okay. When I said the people of the Philippines are different, the average Filipina or Filipino does not know anything about the internet on average. Typically, you would not ask them about their personal finances, in my opinion. I never did. I don't. And Daisy and I, when we were together, I shared my information with Daisy. So nothing would happen if something happened to me. If I had to go to the hospital, Daisy had access to money to get me my bills paid. If whatever, when I went to New York, Daisy had full access to all the accounts, and if she wanted, plus I set her up with her own bank account. So it says my channel is unstable again. Anyway, but she never asked. She wasn't like that. She was shy in that regard. Daisy was shy. She would never ask about my finances. In the 3.5 years that we spent together, our entire conversation about finances were Daisy wanted to go on vacation to see her family for a month, and I just gave her the money to do so. And with the caveat, most of the Filipino women are just honest people. She's not let me find out. I would think that Daisy never asked me about stuff like that, about my finances. Never once did my finances ever come up with Daisy. She knew that I had money to do what I wanted to do and for money to do what she wanted to do, but she never asked me about my personal. In all the years, 3.5 years I was with Daisy, she never once said, Mike, how much money do you have? How do I get it in case something happens to you? Nothing. But she knew where there was a piece of paper that let her have access to everything. And all she had to do was open up that envelope. And that was the end of that. So she could have, but she never did. She could have, but she never did. So Rose knowing Daisy for 3.5 years, that she wasn't looking to see what my assets were or where they were, plus there were other instructions to take care of Daisy, no matter. So the Rose may have the same mindset as Daisy, and never once in 3.5 years did Daisy say, how much money do I have? Never. Not once. It never came. Just went to the bank and got the pesos. That's all she knew. But where the money was, she had access to it, never touched it. And as far as all of what's available, no, she didn't have access to that, but that would be available for a few hours before they're going to die, and then they're not able to comprehend what's going on anyway. Blue Rose. Okay, so we're going to read his nice comment. Blue Rose, indeed, wise words. We grew right to ask for money. She has the right to ask for money. It doesn't matter. She has it's her God-given right to ask, especially under the circumstances. I agree. Dennis is saying hello to Blue Rose. Blue Rose, hello, Dennis. Blue Rose has been keeping up with Dennis's coal video. So if anybody out there runs a coal stove and for heating purposes in their house, Dennis Adams has two, so on and so forth. If you do run a coal stove, in any event, right now I want to thank Chi Corsairs. Thank you for stopping by, Chi. I will not be available on YouTube for the rest of the day, but I'll look for you. Today's Thursday. I have to search for so I have something, but I'll look. I think I'll stop by your show one day, Chi, and say hello and tell people that I think that you're doing right, entertaining them. However, whatever I think of your voice, believe me, your voice made me appreciate Dave on Skype. He keeps his hoculate. Oh God, he's got a beautiful big cat, like about, I don't know, the cat probably weighs about 17 pounds, one of those big cats. And it was just a pleasure to talk to Blue Rose again. Thank you for stopping by. Chuck Delano, I know Art Padua. I don't know who that is. Okay, so Thomas Gruber is going to talk about something serious. We'll stay on for that. When my dad died, we got lots of checks in the mail in any country. Okay. All right, see, that's another point of view. There are usually, when one of the guys that we worked with died, we'd take up a collection. That worked for one person I knew had internet back in 1993 before I left. So there was no fundraisers that I knew of. There might have been, but that's normal. So wrong. It's wrong. There's no justification. There isn't a person on my live stream that'll ever come on my live stream that will justify abusing Rose. Start abusing a woman whose loved one just passed away. Rose made it perfectly clear who that person was, and that she didn't like that person as well. That one thing I could stick up for Rose on. Thank you for that, Rose. Okay, so that was just wrong, Rose. If you ever watched this part of the live stream, that was wrong, that you were being abused, and you shouldn't take it personal, because you got to take it from where it's coming, and it's not a good place where it's coming from. Bye-bye, Princess Anu. Thank you. Welcome to the machine, and thank you for stopping by. All right, everybody, I'm going to actually jump onto a tricycle and go get some things that I need to work on, a little project that I'm working on. Everybody have a nice day. I'm Ping Permy. Daisy! They shut off the compressor. I ought to get his goat. So, yeah, baby. Daisy's not going to shut off the compressor because Daisy is not here. But whenever I do talk to Daisy, I tell her, Daisy, turn on the compressor. Daisy, at the end of the conversation, Daisy, shut off the compressor. And we laugh, and it is fun. And that might be something I'll do a little bit later as well. I might say hello to Daisy. So I'll say goodbye to everybody. I'm Ping Permy from Michael Fazio in the Philippines, baby. I'm Bing Permy. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Have a great day.